Large-scale illegal chrome mining in Modderspruit near Rustenburg in the northwest province has divided the once peaceful community. Many are allowing groups to mine on their property for compensation, while others say the deep open pits are a danger, especially for children. Homes have been damaged and streets dug up, make it impossible to drive in the village. Well, joining me now is David van Wyk, mining analyst and lead researcher at the Benchmarks Foundation. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight on Late Edition.
Thank you so much for having us.
What key factors are dividing the Modderspruit community over illegal chrome mining at this point?
Well, you see, chrome mining has been going on throughout Sekhukhune land, close to the Mozambican border, right through to the Rustenburg area. And it's large scale. It is not small scale artisanal mining. It's industrial. It involves graders, it involves trucks, it involves transport and so on. The thing that puzzles me is that the government doesn't seem to be able to get a handle on this, given that, you know, these people come in there with big trucks, they come in there with graders and heavy equipment and so on. The trucks leave with the ore, carrying the ore long distances. How come there are no roadblocks and so on that stop these trucks and determine where this chrome is coming from? The other thing, of course, is that there's a degree of collusion between community members, but also tribal authorities, customary leaders, and so on, where they say, and we've interviewed people who say that, oh, we are doing this with these illegal guys because the legal guys don't give us anything back. So what is happening here is that there's definitely money passing hands between these illegal operators and traditional authorities, communities and so on, to do this. But the long-term destruction is really, really problematic because agricultural land is being destroyed, you know, the water system is impacted, the environment is being degraded, and it becomes a real danger to community members, to their livestock and so on when this happens. You know, I've seen photographs and I've been in Sekhukhune land where, you know, right around the house there is a big open cast pit being dug. With the people still in that house. So it's a really, really dangerous situation. But the thing, like I say, which puzzles me is that it is highly visible. It happens in broad daylight. The chrome is being plundered in broad daylight and being carted off in huge big trucks in all directions.
Who owns this land that is being illegally mined?
Some of the land is owned by traditional authorities. Remember that the Minerals Petroleum Resource Development Act allows mines to own the mining rights, the underground rights, but the surface rights usually belong to a community, or it belongs to a local government, or it belongs to a farmer. Okay, so to get to the minerals underground, the mining operation has to go through whoever has the surface rights of that particular mine. And so people are being bribed, and people go for the chrome mines because it's very close to the surface. You just dig the topsoil away and you hit the chrome immediately. It's not deep level mining as in tunnel mining. And so it's also very cheap to do it. You just need trucks and graders to do it. But what puzzles me is the fact that we have these trucks and graders moving all over the Northwest Province, all over Limpopo Province, and over parts of Mpumalanga. The chrome, the stripping and plundering of South Africa's coal has been going on now for probably the last 5 years. And it is just intensifying all the time. Chrome is a really strategic mineral as far as you know, alternative energy is concerned, as far as the transition to alternative energy is concerned, and so on. And we can't just simply allow the chrome to be stripped away like it is. Then, of course, the question arises, where is this chrome being processed? And how does this chrome leave the country? And there's a whole value chain of complicity and of corruption that occurs between the point of extraction and the point where the chrome actually gets to leave the country, usually through Maputo Harbour or harbours in northern KwaZulu-Natal.
My next question, I'm going to try and reword it a bit because the more I think about this and after talking to you, I feel this question needs a bit of an adjustment. I was going to ask you about what policy changes need to be put in place. But it seems like it doesn't matter what policy changes, what policies are in place, or rules, or laws, or regulations. It's up to the authorities, surely, to stop this from happening.
Well, yes, it's up to the authorities to stop this from happening, and it's up to the Department of Mineral Resources and Petroleum in the Northwest Province to actually go around to every operation to check whether there's a water use license, to check whether there is a mining license, to check whether there has been consultation, to check whether there's a social and labor plan, and to check whether the proper procedures of the law have been followed. And we really have a problem also with regard to the Department of Transport, the police, the border control people, and so on, because the stuff flows out of the country. So there's an entire value chain of corruption taking place. It's a syndicated operation that is happening. And until we break the back of these syndicates, our country is going to be plundered.
How responsible are the communities? I know that they're jumping up and down about environmental damage. And I can well imagine, driving out of your driveway and all of a sudden there's a big hole there. You can't even leave your home. But if they are saying yes and they're receiving compensation, are they not part of the problem?
Well, they are part of the problem, but they are part of the problem because the social and labor plan regime in South Africa has fallen apart. The licensed mines do not benefit communities, so communities want to take a shortcut to the cash that comes from mining, and that's why they allow this to operate. If the legal mines operated properly in this country, there would be social and labor plans, there would be consultation with communities, everyone would have an understanding of what needs to take place and what steps and how it should take place, instead of allowing this free-for-all that is happening at the moment.
I think you've summed it up really nicely, calling it a free-for-all. David van Wyk, thank you so much for joining us this evening twice. And of course, that is David van Wyk, mining analyst, joining us this evening.